Did you know that people who skip breakfast are 27% more likely to develop heart disease? These shocking statistics come from a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, but it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the impact of skipping what many call the most important meal of the day. Let me ask you this: how many times have you rushed out of the door without eating breakfast this week? Once, twice, every day? You are not alone. According to a survey by the NPD Group, about 31 million Americans skip breakfast every day. But at what cost? To understand the real impact of skipping breakfast, let's start with a story that shocked the scientific community. In the 1940s, Dr. Ansel Keys, a prominent American physiologist, conducted what became known as the Minnesota Starvation Experiment. Dr. Keys recruited 36 healthy young men who volunteered to be systematically starved for 6 months. The participants were put on a diet that mimicked the conditions of a famine, which included skipping breakfast. The results were alarming. Not only did the men lose weight, but they also experienced significant physiological changes. They became irritable, depressed, and obsessed with food. Their cognitive function declined and their metabolism slowed dramatically. Now you might be thinking, but I'm not starving myself, I'm just skipping breakfast. And you are right, it's not the same. But this experiment highlights how profound our eating patterns can affect both our bodies and minds. So what exactly happens to your body when you skip breakfast every day? When you skip breakfast, your body is running on empty after an overnight fast of 8 to 12 hours. It's like trying to drive a car on fumes. Your blood sugar levels drop, which causes your brain and muscles to struggle for energy. This isn't just about feeling a little bit tired or irritable. It can affect your cognitive function and mood throughout the day. A 2013 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who skip breakfast had poorer memory and attention performance. Their brains were simply not functioning at full capacity because they didn't get the fuel they needed. Think about it. Can you really afford to perform at less than 100% in today's fast-paced world? Missing breakfast could mean losing focus at work, struggling in meetings, or being less effective in decision making. And this is just what happens short term. Let's talk about the long-term effects. Skipping breakfast regularly has also been linked to metabolic changes that make weight control more difficult. A lot of people believe that by skipping breakfast, they are cutting calories and helping with weight loss. But the opposite is true. A study from the National Weight Control Registry, which tracks people who successfully lose weight and keep it off, showed that 78% of successful weight loss maintainers eat breakfast every day. Why? Because when you skip breakfast, your body goes into conservation mode. It slows down your metabolism to save energy, making it harder to burn calories throughout the day. And what happens next? You overeat later. Studies have shown that breakfast skippers tend to consume more calories during lunch and dinner, often indulging in high-fat, high-sugar foods to make up for the morning's deficit. Now let me share another story. In Japan, a longitudinal study followed thousands of school children for several years. What they found was that the kids who regularly skip breakfast had a higher likelihood of becoming overweight or obese as they grow older. But it wasn't just about the weight. These children also had higher levels of stress, lower academic performance, and more emotional issues compared to their peers who ate breakfast regularly. This is a perfect example of how skipping the first meal of the day can affect not only physical health but also mental well-being. Let's put this into perspective. Your morning meal isn't just about calories, it's about setting the tone for your entire day. It's about stabilizing your blood sugar, preventing those mid-morning energy crashes, and avoiding the ravenous hunger that often leads to overeating. Skipping breakfast every day doesn't just impact your physical body, though it can also mess with your emotional health. Research from the University of California found that individuals who skip breakfast had higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, in their bloodstream. Higher cortisol levels lead to increased anxiety, irritability, and in some cases, even depression. Is that really how you want to start your day? Stressing your body by denying it the fuel it needs? At this point, you might be thinking, but what if I'm just not hungry in the morning? And that's a valid question. Sometimes it's not about forcing yourself to eat a huge meal first thing. Even a small balanced breakfast, like a piece of whole grain toast with peanut butter or a smoothie with some protein and fiber, can do wonders for your metabolism and energy levels. To sum it all up, skipping breakfast may seem like a harmless choice, but it's one that can have far-reaching effects on your body and mind. It's not just about your waistline or getting through the day without hunger pangs. It's about protecting your heart, maintaining a healthy metabolism, and supporting your mental health. So the next time you consider skipping that morning meal, think about what you are really sacrificing. It's not just breakfast, it's your health. If you do skip breakfast, what's your biggest reason for doing so? Time, appetite, or weight management? If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and you can check these other videos and I will see you there.